Hello, everybody. We're going to wait just a minute here to get started in case we have anybody else join us. But welcome. I'm glad that you're all here with us tonight. If you want to start off by introducing yourselves to us in the chat, it should be down at the bottom of your screen if you're on a laptop. If you want to just let us know first and last name, your hometown, year in school, and any academic or personal interests that you have, go ahead and do that now. And like I said, we're just going to wait another minute here to let a couple of other people join us. Okay, so it looks like we got a couple more people join. We'll just go ahead and get started. For those of you who just got on, if you want to introduce yourselves in the chat box, first and last name, hometown, year in school, and any academic or personal interests you have. Also, throughout the presentation, if you guys do have any questions for us, please feel free to enter them in the chat, and then we will have a Q&A session at the very end where we will be answering your questions. So please utilize that chat box feature. But my name is Laura Mueller. I am an admissions counselor here at Simpson College. I recruit students out of Arizona, Kansas City, and Dallas County, Iowa. I've been working at Simpson now for 2 years. And like I said, I'm excited that you guys are all here with us today. So thank you for joining. On the call with us today to talk about academic resources, we have Beth, who is the director of the Center for Academic Resources, and Sarah Davitt, who is an academic coach. And moderating the chat for us today is fellow admissions counselor Emily Radke. So thank you, Emily, for your help. Let's just go ahead here really quickly. We're going to talk about the agenda for the night. I'm going to start off with some general admissions information for everyone, just give you some more info about Simpson if you're not as familiar with us. Then we're going to hear more about academic resources from Beth and Sarah. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we will have a live Q&A session at the end. So please enter any questions that you have in the chat box for us to answer at the end of the session. Okay, so a little bit about admissions and just some more general info about Simpson College. Simpson is a small private liberal arts institution. We are located in Indianola, Iowa, which is just about 15 minutes south of the capital of Des Moines. So one thing that I really think is a big selling point of Simpson is our location. You really are getting the best of both worlds. We're located in a smaller town, so you have that close-knit community, small town feel. But then, as I said, you're just 15 minutes south of the capital, so a lot of different opportunities as far as internships you can get, and of course, fun things to do in Des Moines. So really a great location. Like I said, we are a small school. We only have about 1,200 full-time undergraduate students. We really see that as a big advantage because it means that you're always going to have very small class sizes. Average class size at Simpson is about 20 students, but some of your classes can certainly be even smaller than that. So you really are always going to be getting close, personalized attention from your professors, which is going to be important regardless of what it is that you're interested in studying. We do have over 80 different major and minor programs at Simpson. If you are interested in learning more about a specific major, I would really encourage you to register for an individual virtual visit so that you can meet one-on-one with your admissions counselor and then one-on-one with a professor to talk more about the major that you have a specific interest in. And also that will give you an opportunity to talk to any coaches or any other members of the Simpson community that you're interested in meeting with as well. We do have a 12-to-1 student-faculty ratio, so again, small class sizes, you'll get to know your professors well. Only other important thing that I want to note here, 100% of full-time students receive financial aid. At Simpson, we really work hard to make a Simpson education affordable for everybody. And one of the ways that we do that is with our merit scholarship. All students do receive a merit scholarship, which is based off of high school GPA. That really is just the first scholarship opportunity though. There's a lot of other ways that you can work to make a Simpson education affordable for you. And again, if you want to learn more about that, I really would encourage you to either register for an individual visit, or if you do have some questions, you can enter them in the chat as well. So what should I do next? First of all, if you're a senior and you're interested in Simpson and haven't done so already, make sure to get in your application. So our application is online and it is free to complete. Once we have your application, we just need your official high school transcript and your test scores. So make sure to get those into us. And then once you're admitted, we will need your FAFSA in order to send out your official financial aid packet. So make sure to get the FAFSA sent in. And if you have not done so already, if you have a financial aid packet and you have questions, please set up a meeting with your admissions counselor so we can discuss your financial aid with you. We really do take a personalized approach, and that doesn't stop with financial aids. We really do want to talk to you, go line by line, answer any questions or concerns that you may have regarding financial aid. If you do have your financial aid packet and you've decided that you are ready to attend Simpson, you'll need to pay your $200 enrollment deposit. That can be paid online. Or you should have received a postage paid envelope in your packet, and you can send a check in that way if that works better for you. So just make sure to get that deposit in. Once you do pay the enrollment deposit, that's how you're going to be able to register for SOAR, which stands for Simpson Orientation, Advising, and Registration Days. Due to concerns of coronavirus, those days in June have now been moved online, but we are working to make that a great experience for all of you. So just know that it's important to get your deposit in though, so you can register for that SOAR date. It's gonna work best for your schedule. And then what should I do next? And I will say, I'm gonna go back to this last slide. So this is really if you're a senior. If you're a junior, what I would recommend, get out there and visit some other colleges, do their virtual visits, learn more, figure out what it is that's important to you and what you're looking for in your college experience. I think that's really important at this point of the process if you're a junior or younger. And like I said, an individual visit is really going to be the best way to learn some more information about Simpson. So I do hope that you'll join us for one of those. Or you can attend one of our upcoming Explore Simpson virtual visits. So we will be doing civic engagement for this week. Next week, we have got academic advising, finding the right fit, which I really would recommend for juniors or younger, and religious life as well. So that'd be another great way to connect with us. And then I would definitely recommend that you guys get on our social media just to connect with us even more. So we have our links here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And one thing I would really recommend checking out on YouTube, if you have not had the chance to visit Simpson yet, we do have a virtual tour that's on our YouTube channel. So I would encourage you to check that out. Obviously, it's not as good as being on campus, getting to walk around with a current student, but it is going to be the next best thing during this time. So I would really recommend that you check out that tour on YouTube. And with that, I think I'm going to turn things over to Beth and Sarah to talk more about academic resources. Oh, Beth, you're muted.
I even had my cursor sitting right on it, waiting to go. Thank you. My name is Beth Beggs, and I'm the Director of the Center for Academic Resources. And Sarah Davitt here is one of my colleagues. We have a great team. We can help you from the moment you set foot on Simpson until the day you graduate. And there's nothing that would make us happier than being able to watch all of your successes, course by course, semester by semester, and then stand and cheer for you at commencement when everything's done. There is a little bit of a transition between high school and college, if for no other reason than suddenly you're in charge of your own time management. It may seem like there are tons of hours in the day, and there are, but sometimes when you first get there, there's going to be so much you're interested in, you're going to want to try to fit everything in. And one of the first things I'd encourage you to do is meet with one of us, like Sarah, in fact, to talk about how we can help you fit everything into your day. Not only do you need to attend classes and have a social life and do your homework, but you're going to want to sleep and eat. And Sarah is great at finding plenty of time for students to do all of those things and come out smelling like a rose. Can you change the slide, please? Thank you. One of the parts of the Center for Academic Resources, we call ourselves CARS. One of the parts of CARS is the Student Accessibility Services Office. Its director is Monica Lewis. Unfortunately, she can't be with us tonight because she is on new parent leave with her sweet, beautiful baby son, Milo. We are so excited to welcome him. If you've ever received extended time on an exam, if you've had a 504 or an IEP in high school or somewhere else, you would want to check in with Monica and the Center for Academic Resources, because we want to make sure that the accommodations that have served you well are still in effect. Monica will talk with you, find out what accommodations you've had, what accommodations you might want to use here at college, and make sure you have a letter, to take to your faculty members. The big shift I would want to make you aware of here and at any college is that suddenly you're going to be responsible for making sure your faculty know what accommodations are necessary. Monica will create a letter for you. You can email it, but it's probably best for you to physically hand it to your professors privately, just to say, I want to make sure you understand and I want to make sure I understand. Those conversations can take 2 minutes or they can take as long as you want, but that private moment of saying, I need to sit on the front row, or I need to have slides if you're going to give us a lecture, it's worth the investment. You'll be surprised at how many faculty members will check in with you privately later through the semester to make sure that they're doing everything they can to give you the accommodations and the accessibility you deserve. Sometimes the unexpected happens. Maybe you're a student athlete and you sprain your wrist, so you can't take notes in classes. We do not want you to skip class or think you can't get notes. Instead, come talk to one of us or Monica. We'll make sure you have a note taker for the duration of your injury. Sometimes more severe injuries happen and accommodations involve more. For instance, we had a couple of students have concussions this year. We have a special return to learn protocol that we're putting into effect this fall that parallels the return to play protocol that you may be familiar with. It's going to gradually bring you back up to speed. Meanwhile, we communicate with your professors to make sure they know that you're not just slacking off, but you deserve some extensions on some things. As these come up, we'd like to talk to you about it. Make sure you're getting all the benefits you deserve, and at the same time, make sure you're doing everything you can to be successful on your own. Could I have the next slide, please? Thank you. One of the supports that we believe, that I believe is crucial for first-year students especially, is our Writing Fellows program. There is a first-year student experience course called the Simpson Colloquium. And in that, you will pair with probably 17 to 19 other students, and you'll have one faculty member. There will be a peer leader called your SC leader, and this person is going to make sure you get out of the room, make sure you eat, make sure you know where services are on campus so that you're not left injured if you fall down and you need a bandage. This person is supposed to make sure you're getting out and doing things and enjoying your time here at Simpson. The other leader is, I guess it parallels a writing tutor called a writing fellow. These students are good writers. They have already taken several college writing courses and done very well, and they're trained to talk to first-year students about how writing for college is different than writing for high school, and to help you make those transitions. Some of you may have already taken AP literature or composition courses, and that's really going to be helpful as you enter these first-year writing courses. The writing fellow, even if you've had AP courses and gotten full credit, the writing fellow is still going to chase you down in a non-creepy way to say you just want someone who's been here and done that to look over your essay before you submit it. We encourage your work with writing fellows. They'll meet with you privately. They'll meet with you in small groups. They may even do some activities with you in the classroom. It's a collaborative effort between your professor and a student who is a good writer and a good nurturing peer to make sure that every time you submit a written assignment, you're doing the best work you can. And now I want to turn it over to some other resources that we have in CARS and Sarah Davitt. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Beth. Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending tonight. Like Beth said, my name is Sarah, and I actually work at Simpson as an academic coach. So basically what my job is to make sure that all students have everything that they need to be successful in the classroom. And so this is a position that I find that's just very near and dear to my heart. I am a Simpson graduate is twice actually. And had it not been for the support people, for the faculty, for the staff, like myself in the role that I am in right now, there's no way that I would be sitting in front of you as a college graduate today. And so basically what I do is I work a lot with first-year students and student athletes. I do work with all sorts of students, even students who are in their senior year and they're prepping for exams and everything else, getting ready to go into the workforce. But I work mainly to help make sure that students have the study skills that they need to be successful in the classroom. So like Beth kind of mentioned earlier, one of the biggest challenges that students face is time management, especially as they transition from high school to college, because in high school, you have your schedules basically dictated for you all the time. And when you get to college, you think, oh, wow, I've got a lot of free time. I'm only in class this many hours a day. But what you don't realize is that full-time college work is a full-time job. And so it's my job to help you figure out how to use that time and what to do during that time. And I also help to break down large assignments, help you plan for short term. Reading college textbooks is totally different from reading like a high school level textbook. I taught AP biology for several years before coming to Simpson. And so we can also get you hooked up with all sorts of other resources. But I can teach you how to take notes, teach you how to create study guides. Being on the other end and actually having taught students, we're just, one of my favorite things that I tell students is that if you can't walk into a classroom on the day that you're taking one of my exams, you're not going to be able, or if you can't teach me the material when you walk in to take an exam, you're not going to be ready to take an exam. And so that's one of the biggest things that I really help all of our students learn is how to study effectively, create study guides, all of those things. So if you can transition to the next slide, please. Another thing that I'm in charge of is to hire peer academic leaders, which some people call them tutors. We like to call them peer academic leaders because we like to think of them as extensions of the classroom. And we offer this service for free. It's just part of your tuition. And so we have peer academic leaders in all sorts of subject areas that you see on your screen. So we've got, just for instance, mathematics. We had 4 mathematics PALs this last semester. We have PALs in chemistry and physics and accounting, even in music theory, philosophy, Spanish, world language, nutrition, all of these things. And so really what these are just peers to help you make sense of content, help teach you how to study that specific content. As always, we recommend that you always go to your faculty members first, but this is also another great line and a great resource to use in addition to your faculty member and of course attending class every day. So I think that's basically what I have for you in terms of PALs and academic coaches. If you have, sorry, I think I stepped on somebody's. Laura, were you going to take over?
Oh,
sorry.
No, okay, sorry. Let me go ahead. I'm going to turn my video back on here. No, so that's all that Beth and Sarah have. Now is the point where we would like to open it up to questions. So if anybody has questions for us, whether they're questions about academic resources. If you have questions about the application, financial aid, please feel free to type them in the chat box and we'd be happy to answer those for you now.
Currently, we do not have any questions, but it's always hard to be the first one. So we're definitely here to help and answer anything you have. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and put it in the chat box. All right, we do have a question. We've got two. So first one is from, I do believe it is Emma and Chloe Ogle. Their question is, do you accept the Common App or is there a Simpsons specific application?
Yeah, great question. So both. We do accept the Common application, so you can certainly apply that way. Or as I mentioned earlier, our Simpson application is online. You can find it on simpson.edu and it is a free application.
All right. Next question is for either Sarah or Beth. Is academic coaching free?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All of the services that we offer in the center are just part of your tuition. It's just part of being a student. It doesn't cost anything for our services. In fact, I have students that I meet with once a week. I have students that I meet with every couple of weeks. I have students that I meet with even sometimes every day just to check in the morning to make sure that they're off on the right start. So everything is part of your tuition.
I would say it's part of being a good student too.
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to tell a quick story about that. A lot of people or a lot of students don't take advantage of academic coaching or the resources that we offer because they feel like, well, I'm doing fine. I don't need those things. One of my favorite stories is a student that I met with. She was a biology major, but she literally met with me every single week over the course of her first year in school, just to check in about bio study and just everything. And she ended up earning the top freshman in biological sciences that year. So it's not just the students who need the help, it's every student that just comes. We're just another resource.
Great. And then another question, this one's going to go towards Laura. How do we sign up for an individual online visit?
Well, great question. There's a couple of different ways you can do that. The easiest way is just going to be to go on our website and under the visit tab, you'll be able to register for that individual visit. When you're registering, you will be able to indicate who you'd like to talk to. So let us know like what major you're interested in so we can pair you off with the appropriate professor. Let us know if you're interested in speaking with a coach. Or if you have been in contact with your admissions counselor and know who they are, you could certainly just send them an email as well to let us know they're interested and we can help get that set up for you.
All right, and I will go ahead and put the link to our visit site in the chat for you guys. Next question is from Nikki in Texas, and that one prior is from Tempest in Utah. But Nikki would like to know, how long do sessions with an academic coach last?
Okay, usually when we get started, because our first session, I really just want to get to know you, get to know like what school looked like for you in the past, what you expect it to look like now, what your interests are, those types of things. So usually the first meeting, I try to meet with my students for between 30 minutes and an hour. I know that sounds like a long time, but they really, really go fast. And then after that, usually our sessions are about 30 minutes, sometimes even just down to 15 if it's just a quick check-in. You know, if I have to do certain things and you come back and we're like, yay, that went great. Usually it's pretty quick, and if it takes a little bit longer, if we need to tweak, then we can do that.
All right. So Skylar would like to know, would you say that students are friendlier with each other than other colleges, mostly bigger colleges? So I think that's more of kind of like an atmosphere question. I can kind of answer that, and then maybe Sarah, if you want to answer. I know we graduated kind of within, I think, like a couple of months of each other. But so for all of you, I'm a Simpson grad. So I graduated back in 2008. And I will say that even back then, that was like a million years ago, and all of you guys were toddlers, that the first thing that you notice on campus is not only that faculty and staff are just very friendly and happy to be there and happy to see you succeed, but the students are as well. I don't think there was a time at Simpson where I felt like that people were just being mean or rude or anything like that. I mean, you're gonna have those people around, but I mean, the majority, if not the majority of the campus, is just students that really want to do some positive things, want to change some things in the world, and really just bring their best selves and have really awesome conversations. So, you know, that positivity does definitely seep through, and it's probably one of the big things that I miss about actually going to campus every day now that I'm working from home. Thanks, COVID. But it's definitely just, you know, seeing those smiling faces, seeing people in good moods and good spirits. And then also, even when there is an issue, you know, seeing the students work them out within themselves, I think is huge. So I would definitely say that because we are a smaller school and you're seeing these same people over and over again, there is that atmosphere that, in my opinion, is friendlier than on a bigger campus.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you, Emily. I've actually attended all sorts of different, I didn't come to Simpson right off the bat. I actually attended a large school, very different atmosphere. It was not for me. That does not mean that it's not for everybody. I mean, my sister graduated from there, and so she absolutely loved it. She would not survive on a small campus. It just depends on what type of attention and what type of atmosphere you're looking for, if that makes sense. For me, I loved the Simpsons small atmosphere. I got along very well with the other students on campus. I was a atypical student. When I was attending, I didn't live on campus, but everybody was very welcoming of me. I really enjoyed the fact that my faculty knew who I was at Simpson's campus versus the other campus that I attended. That was not the case. It was just a very personalized, special experience for me, which is why I'm sitting back in these shoes today, giving back to the college that gave me so much.
Can I pop in very quickly? I can speak from the faculty position. At a larger institution where I was before Simpson, I could teach a student that first semester and never see them again and never know if they graduated. At Simpson, I can teach you more than once, and I can see you across campus and speak, and I will.
Awesome. So we have another question here from Katie. Can students get jobs with writing consultation? And if they can, how so?
Oh, Katie, I saw in your introduction that you were interested in English, and my heart just sang a little bit. Yes. Writing fellows, the people who mentor the first-year writers, are actually second and third-year students traditionally, sometimes seniors, but most often it's second and third-year students who have taken and done well in that course and demonstrated that they are interested and capable of nurturing writers. We don't want somebody who uses that red ballpoint pen like a sword, but yes, what you would do is speak to me, and if you see my name in the little window, it's beth.beggs@Simpson. I believe just about anybody you want to contact is going to be first name, last name, simpson.edu. Send me an email and I will tell you all about it. We don't let people mentor first-year writers until they've been a first-year writer, because we want to make sure you've got some good college-level experience. And that also gives you the ability to say, hey, I've taken this class, I've done similar assignments, let me give you some tips. So yes, anybody interested in giving back, the Center for Academic Resources hires tutors, like Sarah said, in a variety of subjects. We look for people who want to give back and serve other people and watch other people succeed in classes they've done well in themselves. So yes, Katie, I hope I hear from you, and anybody else.
Yeah. And I went ahead and put both of your email addresses in the chat for everyone.
Thank you,
so yeah, no problem. So if we don't have any more questions, I will go ahead and pass it over to Laura to close us out.
Okay, well, Thank you, Emily, and thank you to Beth and Sarah for joining us tonight. We appreciate all of your information that you had to share. And thank you to all of you students who were able to join us tonight. It certainly is great to have you with us here. I know this is definitely a different format that we're all getting used to. And we really do hope to have you on campus once things open back up. So please know that if you are a junior or younger, that we'd love to have you come to campus once things open back up. But in the meantime, join us virtually for some of our upcoming visits, and we'd be happy to share more information with you. And please reach out if you do have further questions. So I know Emily shared Beth and Sarah's email addresses, and like they said, like my email address is just laura.mueller@simpson.edu. So if you want to reach out to me or another admissions counselor, we'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have about Simpson. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Have a great night and stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.